During Asr time, Jafar ibn Hallaj removed Hajr Aswad and carried it off to Hajr along with them, and Hajr Aswad's place remained vacant. Yes, Hajr Aswad's place remained vacant. The Karmatian leader Abu Tahir Sulaiman ibn al-Hassan invaded the holy sanctuary, the Holy Kaaba, and slaughtered so much. Yes, there were so many massacres in Holy Makkah that the well of Zamzam was filled with the dead bodies of the pilgrims. Audience, you know that we are telecasting another new episode, another new program and web series, and in the previous episode we discussed one of the signs of the Day of Judgment, locust, and we learned that Day of Judgment won't take place until locusts are wiped out from the world. The animals will be destroyed one by one, and these events will begin with the wiping out of locusts. It was a very interesting episode. Nowadays, we have a new and different topic. Nowadays, we are discussing stone, the great stone which is considered kissing, touching, and viewing it. A great honor. I hope you people understand today. We are discussing about Hajr Aswad, the stone which is cemented into Holy Kaaba. You may wonder what the relation of Hajr Aswad is with the signs of Judgment Day. In fact, there exists a relation, and we will definitely tell you what has happened with Hajr Aswad. Yes, viewers, this is the mark which has occurred. But why shouldn't we tell you some things about Hajr Aswad beforehand? This is an excellent stone. Where did this stone come from? How was it installed? And I am going to narrate you a such historic event of the Holy Prophet as well, that when Arab tribes had become hungry for one another's blood due to the same stone and blood streams were about to flow, the Holy Prophet took such a decision. He took such a wise, sagacious, and handsome decision that the war ceased, and how respectfully Hajr Aswad was placed in the Holy Kaaba's wall. And we will narrate it to you, and along with it, we will also narrate about our subject. What is Judgment Day's sign about Hajr Aswad? We will also inform you about it, viewers. Hajr Aswad is a combination of two Arabic terms, i.e. this term has been derived by the combination of two terms. Hajar in Arabic means stone, and Aswad means black, and it is usually applied for black color. Hajr Aswad is the black stone which is fixed into the southeastern wall of Holy Kaaba, and currently this stone is composed of 3 large and numerous little pieces of diverse shapes. Yes, it is composed of pieces, and these pieces are put together in a circle of about 2.5 feet. They are fixed into a circle of 2.5 feet around which there is lovely silver frame. When the Muslims proceed to perform Hajj or Umrah, so when they are doing Tawaf of Holy Kaaba, it is sunnah to do istilam, kissing the stone by making a sign towards it. And it would be wonderful if a person gets an opportunity to kiss it, but as there is a large group, so many of the pilgrims kiss it by making a sign towards it from a distance. And the lucky ones kiss it when they have an opportunity. And most likely there is no such stone in the world. But actually, there is no such stone in the world that after kissing it, a person derives as much enjoyment as that which enters in the hearts of the Holy Prophet's devotees when they kiss Hajr Aswad today. From where did this stone originate? Sayyidina Adam brought this stone along with him from paradise to a corner, and while building the Holy Kaaba, he settled it. The Holy Kaaba, which Sayyidina Adam constructed, was built towards the sky. When Sayyidina Ibrahim and his son, Sayyidina Ismail, rebuilt the Holy Kaaba, Sayyidina Jibril brought them the stone again. Sayyidina Ibrahim again settled this stone into the Holy Kaaba wall with his own. Viewers, now the year arrived. Just note carefully that it's 2020 today. It's 2020 CE, more than approximately 1400 years ago. In 606 CE, when our Holy Prophet was 35, a strange incident occurred. What occurred was that it rained heavily in Makkah, and there arrived such a huge flood that the building of the Holy Kaaba completely fell to the ground. Because Sayyiduna Ibrahim and Sayyiduna Ismail constructed the Holy Kaaba, clearly thousands of years had elapsed. So again, the people of the tribe devised a plan to reconstruct the Holy Kaaba, and the people quite eagerly continued to reconstruct and repair the Holy Kaaba. But the core issue which emerged was that now it was time to place Hajr Aswad, and each tribe wanted to place Hajr Aswad with their own hands. You have just learned that whenever Hajr Aswad was placed in the wall of the Holy Kaaba, it was done by the hands of prophets first. It was done by the hands of Sayyiduna Adam, then it was done by the hands of Sayyiduna Ibrahim. Now the chief person and people of the tribe wanted to place Hajr Aswad with their own hands. But now the situation had become quite contentious because everyone desired to place it with their own hands. Now there arose a situation that everyone took out their swords and were adamant that they would place Hajr Aswad even if they died or had to kill. There had arisen a situation like a deadlock. There used to be a wise man at that time who declared that the very first person who will enter the Holy Haram tomorrow morning would be offered an opportunity to make a decision on the solution of that conflict and decide who would place Hajr Aswad. Now in the morning, the very first person who came into the Holy Haram was none other than our Holy Prophet. And when they observed the Holy Prophet entering, all of them declared, "All right, you are truthful, you are honest, we will accept your decision." Now just imagine how huge the decision was that if it was made in favor of any individual tribe, then the other people could have been out for blood. But what a great decision my beloved Prophet made, and what wonderful wisdom Allah Almighty bestowed upon him, and what an immense power of decision he possessed. The beloved Prophet instructed, "Bring a large shawl," and Hajr Aswad was wrapped in it, and then he proclaimed that one representative of every tribe should come forward and install Hajr Aswad. So all the tribes brought their chief or their representative. Now the beloved Prophet said, each person should grasp a corner of the shawl. They all carried the shawl that had Hajr Aswad on it. The shawl was taken close to the Holy Kaaba, and our Holy Prophet fixed Hajr Aswad in its position using his blessed hands. It was such that Hajr Aswad became so blessed that the Holy Prophet placed it again in the wall of the Holy Kaaba with his holy hands. And the argument came to an end that at least we shared in lifting the shawl, and then the Holy Prophet placed it there. There are wonderful excellences and blessings of Hajr Aswad which have been narrated in ahadith. Let me tell you one or two of them, and then we will proceed to the sign of Judgment Day which has occurred. The Holy Prophet stated Hajr Aswad and Maqam Ibrahim are from rubies of paradise. Allah Almighty has put out their light. Had Allah Almighty not put out its light, then the space between the east and the west would have been enlightened. Hajr Aswad and Maqam Ibrahim have been announced a ruby from rubies of paradise. Congratulations to those pilgrims who have seen Hajr Aswad and Maqam Ibrahim with their own eyes and kissed it. Let's hear one more hadith. The Holy Prophet said, when Hajr Aswad arrived from paradise, it was even whiter than milk. That's incredible, isn't it? Aswad is black, and indeed very black, but it originated in paradise and it was white. And he mentioned that it was whiter than milk, and it has been blackened by the sins of mankind. And this hadith exists in Tirmizi. Now let's come to the great sign and incident at which I hinted in the start that this sign has occurred. This is an event of 8th Zulhijjah, 3 Mafanteen, AH. In those days, the Karmatian sect had grown quite powerful, and these mischievous people began to lose their strength from about 366 AH, and before 400 AH, their names and traces were annihilated. Their teachings and beliefs were rather fallacious and would go against the Islamic Sharia and rulings. This was going on. Such teachings led to what were the consequences of them. Now what happened was that the people became engaged in evils and sins of all sorts, and one example of their worst teachings was that they were given the teaching that the blood of their opponents is permissible for them. They used to go to such extremes in bloodshed that we seek peace and safety from Allah Almighty. The Karmatians would devastate the whole city wherever they used to proceed. Proceeding ahead, when these people were able to arrive in the Holy Makkah in the period of Muqtadar, Billah, the chief of the Karmatians, Abu Tahir Sulaiman ibn al-Hasan, attacked the sacred sanctuary, i.e. the Holy Kaaba, and slaughtered so much. Yes, there were so many massacres in the Holy Makkah that the well of Zamzam was loaded with dead bodies of the pilgrims. Around 30,000 innocent citizens of the city and suburbs became martyrs along with 700 pilgrims and 700 tawaf performers too. In Makkah, even such an atrocities-filled bloodshed took place at the time. So, viewers, what was the reason behind all this? Why was this happening? So much bloodshed was done and so many individuals were martyred. What were they seeking? They wished to snatch the golden roof drain of the Holy Kaaba, which exists even now, and his golden Maqam Ibrahim and Hajr Aswad. In fact, he also had developed a desire and interest to arrange Hajj in his own city like Abraha after destroying the Holy Kaaba, and here he had a desire to snatch Hajr Aswad, Maqam Ibrahim, and the golden roof drain by hook or crook. Who was Abraha, viewers? If you have read Surah Al-Fil, in which there is the story of elephants, and this is a great historical Quranic event in which Abraha arrived with the army of elephants 55 days before the birth of the Holy Prophet, and he had the intention to destroy the Kaaba so that people would go to his city, Yemen, to give Hajj. And the same type of desire had grown here that under any circumstances, people should go to his city, Hijr, and give Hajj. For this reason, he got a magnificent palace constructed as well, and he gave it the name Dar ul-Hijra. Thus, Abu Tahir pulled out the door of the Holy Kaaba. He tore the cover of the Holy Kaaba into shreds and gave them to his soldiers, and while going back, he declared that henceforth Hajj would be given in his city. Yes, viewers, such a moment had also arrived. At the moment of the attack, when two individuals ascended the Holy Kaaba to remove the roof drain at once, they fell headlong on the ground and descended into hell. Maqam Ibrahim was secure because the servants of the holy sanctuary in that era had concealed it in the valley of a mountain. But on 14th Zulhijjah 3-17 AH, during the time of Asr, Jafar ibn Hallaj removed Hajr Aswad and took it away to Hijr with them, and its place was vacant. Yes, the place of Hajr Aswad was vacant. Hajr Aswad was with them. The governments of Islam in that era repeatedly requested that it should be returned to them. They were even offered 50,000 red dinars. They were given a great sum, but to no use. Then, due to the interference of the Fatimids, the demand for the return increased intense, and Abdullah al-Mahdi also gave Abu Tahir a message that if he did not bring back Hajr Aswad, then he should prepare for war. So the Karmatians made the excuse that it had been mingled with other stones, so it was not possible to distinguish it. We don't have have any identification of Hajr Aswad. If you have any identification, then you can come and search for it. Now a board of scholars put their heads together and decided that all those stones must be thrown into fire. The stone which was Hajr Aswad would not get burned and crack in fire because Hajr Aswad had come from paradise, and the thing which has come from paradise cannot be harmed by fire. This way, by proving the superiority and popularity of this holy stone, after a long time of 22 years, yes viewers, the Holy Kaaba was devoid of Hajr Aswad for 22 years after 22 years. 10th of Zulhijjah, 339, Hajr Aswad was retrieved and thereafter was fixed precisely at the very same location in the Holy Kaaba, viewers. Allama Jalaluddin Suyuti narrates Abu Tahir's death that at the end of his life he fell ill with smallpox disease and his body burst and he passed away with complete shame. So, dear viewers, this was the entire saga that Hajr Aswad was attempted to be stolen, which the Holy Prophet had long before predicted that Judgment Day will never be established until Hajr Aswad is stolen from its position. On the basis of narrations, the Islamic scholars have counted this stealing of Hajr Aswad among the signs of Judgment Day, and that is why we have mentioned this incident also in our web series. And keep in mind that this Judgment Day sign has already taken place. May Allah Almighty keep Hajr Aswad, the Holy Kaaba, and the Blessed Haram prosperous and secure, and allow us to visit it again and again.